Our next mode will be the Mixolydian mode. Look at diagram 3 and you will see that the only change for the Mixolydian mode in comparison to the Ionian is that you flat the 7. But what this does is it changes our chord category. Quick little theory review. For diagrams 1 and 2, in lessons 1 and 2, we were using the Ionian and the Lydian modes. And if you were to look at a 4-part chord, it'd be a major 7 chord because you had the natural 7 in both of those. So they were pretty modes. The major scale, we all know what that sounds like. The Lydian has that sharp kind of sound. So there I'm playing a C major 7, and I'm including the sharp 4 or the natural 4. Okay? But now, in the Mixolydian mode, you probably already know this, but if you don't, we've got the dominant 7th tonality. Okay? So that changes things quite a bit. Let's go through as we've been doing, get you a little workout here. Here would be the Mixolydian mode over your C form. There's your flat 7. I'll go slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those haven't changed, have they? 5, 6. There's your flat 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go up to the 12th position. Here's your C form chord. And we've talked about playing rhythm guitar. Let's go to a different key just for fun. Let's go over here to the key of G. Where's that going to place us? In the 7th position, same as it always has been, right? Hold your root down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7. Now in this case, I'm holding a root and a flat 7 down, so that gives me that dominant flavor. I'm just throwing ideas out at you instead of just playing scales. You see how you can start thinking harmonically. So holding that root and flat 7 down allow me to look at the 4th string as a possible moving voice. So it gives me my sus4, my 3, and my 2. Right? Then over on the 2nd string, got the 1, the 2. On the 1st string, I've got the 3, 4, 5. If you're not accustomed to these sort of fingerings, they may be strange. It'll probably be awkward, indeed uncomfortable. But they're a great benefit because you're not just thinking of just playing scales and simple chords. You're starting to get into playing the guitar more like a piano, the classical guitar kind of approach. All right, so there you have the Mixolydian mode. Let's do a quick comparison because we're going to do this parallel mode workout in lesson 6, but let's talk about this. I'm going to play the 3 modes that we've covered up to this point, and we'll stay in this particular key, G, for fun. I'll do Ionian, Lydian, and Mixolydian. So that means I'm looking at diagrams 1, 2, and 3. Go to Lydian. Hear change there with the Mixolydian. I'm always coming back to the root, the 3rd, the 5th, because those are your strong tones. But this is a lot more fun to solo this way because in most music you don't have the luxury of being able to mix modes. But on these open modal jams like this, they're perfect candidate for it. I encourage you to do that, and that'll prepare you for your big workout in lesson 6. Okay, in the next lesson, we're going to talk about a mode that is not generated from the major scale. But before I go there, I do want to talk about these modes that we've covered up to this point. We've talked about the Ionian, the Lydian, and the Mixolydian. If you already know some major scale forms, you probably recognize these scale forms as being another key, and that's indeed one way to get the notes under your fingers. Ionian is the major scale, so that's nothing new there. So when you played G Ionian over the C form, you saw it as scale form 3. That's how I name them, because 3 is the lowest available note. Then when you played Lydian, it looked like a D scale, right? If you heard it over a D chord. That's because mode 4 of a D major scale would be G Lydian. So that's indeed the case. And likewise with Mixolydian. When you played G Mixolydian, you heard over a G chord. But if you played over a C chord, you'd hear it as C Ionian, because mode 5 of a C Ionian mode would be G Mixolydian. So I just wanted to point that out. Make sure you're also aware of the parent scales, as I just explained, because it's just great to have more angles to look at something from.